Hi, my name is Uriel Díaz and you're watching Aqua Wai. In today's video we're talking about the top 5 things you must know about setting up a new planted tank aquarium. So in order to achieve a successful aquarium, we must need to talk about these top 5 things. So let's get started. So the first thing we're talking about today is lighting. In nature, the sun is the main source of lighting. All plants, terrestrial and aquatic ones, need some sort of lighting. So in order to provide our plants indoors some sort of lighting, we will need a light, some sort of lamp or aquarium lighting. There are such different brands and names, but today we're gonna talk about the most simplified way. So we have 3 levels of lighting: low light, medium light and high light. We're talking about low-tech plants, mid-tech plants and high-tech plants. The amount of light we put in our aquarium is very important. So we need to know how many liters do we have in our aquarium and the amount of lumens our light source is able to provide our planted tank. So we have to divide the amount of lumens our light source has into the number of liters our aquarium has. So we know how many lumens per liter we have in our aquarium. 30 to 50 lumens per liter, we must have a low-tech planted tank. 50 to 80 is a medium-tech plant, and 80, 100 plus, we have a high-tech plant. If we want to have a more variety of plants to keep in our aquarium, we must consider to have a more powerful light source so we can grow most of the plants in aquarium hobby, such like red plants, carpeting plants, so our plants will grow the most healthy and lush as possible. Second most important thing we have to consider when setting up a planted tank is substrate. There are so many brands and types of substrate systems. There are organic ones, there are mineral ones. So we have a wide range of substrates. I recommend, mostly for beginners, go for a professional one instead of a do-it-yourself one, because it will be more stable. Some species of plants have the ability to grow such in wood or rocks, but most of aquatic plants will need some sort of substrate system, so the roots will arrange into it. The next most important thing to know is CO2. CO2 is a very important part of a planted aquarium. It will provide our plants a carbon source that is the main component of its biological structure, so we must have CO2. I do not recommend having a good CO2 system aquarium because you'll be limited about varieties and species of plants that can survive without CO2. CO2, you will be able to grow most of the species of plants and have a more bushy and eye-catching aquarium. Next thing is liquid fertilizer. So we have substrate, a soil that is providing our plants by the roots of nutrients. So why we must add additional fertilizers? Because of about 90% of nutrients that plants will absorb come from the leaves. Yes, the leaves will allow our plants to provide the amount of nutrients that will give our plants a boost so we can grow more healthy, colorful and lush plants. There are very different range of fertilizers. I recommend, if you are a beginner, use the ones that come all in one, so you don't have to worry about how many nitrates or phosphates or potassium do you have. So you have only to add them to your aquarium and that will be all. And last thing important you must have to know about equipment is the filter. The filter is the equivalent into a human being of a heart. It's the heart of our aquarium. It will allow us to have a better water quality and to achieve more healthy growth in plants. So the most bigger and powerful our system of filtration is, the better. For small aquariums, I personally recommend hand-out filters. These filters are external and will allow us to have less visible tech in our tank. And for larger aquariums, the best filter is the canister one. They are more efficient and powerful, so we can place more media more filter media on it and will allow us to have a better quality in our aquarium. Along with filtration system, we have the surface skimmers. These little things will allow us to have a very clean water surface in order to achieve a more efficient gas exchange and to provide us magnificent views of top of our aquarium. So if your canister filter or pipes have surface skimmer, you will not need to have an external one. And if you have a hangout filter or a regular pipe set for your canister, you can buy an individual surface skimmer. There are so many brands. The most known surface skimmers are the best because they don't catch fish. So for those of you that have been reached this part of the video, we have a +1 tip for beginners who are considering to have a new aquarium or have planning a new project, and that is the size of your aquarium. If you are a beginner, I recommend you to begin with a small aquarium so you can have more high-tech technologies on it, have more plants on it, so your aquarium will be more successful. Will have more chances of have a successful growth with a good light, with a good filter, with CO2. Even if you don't have pressurized one, you can do the Díaz method or other ways. So must have a CO2, a good substrate, and of course the liquid fertilizers, and they will last you more in a small environment. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and follow us on Facebook. We're uploading daily content about planted aquariums and aquascaping that you must be interested in. Remember, my name is Uriel Díaz, and I see you around.